What if your best friend was an AI that you could wear around your neck? Sounds wild, right? Well, a new AI wearable called Friend is doing just that, and it's shaking up the tech world in ways we never expected. So what exactly is Friend? It's a small round pendant that you wear around your neck. Think of it like an AirTag, but way smarter. The device comes in a bunch of fun colours that might remind you of those old school iMacs, but don't let its cute looks fool you. This thing's packing some serious AI power. Unlike devices like the Humane AI Pin or the Rabbit R1 which tried to boost your productivity, Friend has a much simpler goal. It just wants to be your pal. The brains behind Friend is a 21-year-old tech whiz named Avi Schiffman. You may have heard of him before. He's the guy who created that super popular COVID-19 tracking website back in 2020, when he was just 17. Now he's turned his attention to AI and he's got some big ideas about how we should be interacting with technology. But here's where things get really interesting. Friend is always listening. Yep, the device has a microphone that's constantly picking up everything that's happening around you. Now, before you freak out about privacy, we'll get into that later. For now, just imagine having a friend who's always there, ready to chat about whatever's going on in your life. Friend uses a powerful AI model called Claude 3.5 from Anthropic. This allows it to understand context and have natural conversations. You can tap and hold the device to ask it a question, but sometimes it will just chime in on its own with comments or jokes about what's happening around you. The really cool part? Well, Friend's designed to develop a personality that complements yours. It's not just spitting out generic responses, it's learning about you and tailoring its interactions to fit your vibe. Schiffman believes that we're entering a new era of technology. He thinks the days of AI just being about productivity and getting stuff done are over. Instead, he sees AI as a way to address a much bigger problem: loneliness. Here's a shocking stat from recent studies. Did you know that 24% of young adults under 30 report feeling lonely a lot of the time? That's higher than any other age group. And it's not just young people. Loneliness is a huge issue for older adults too. Schiffman's vision for Friend is to create a device that's always there for you no matter what. Whether you're feeling down after a bad day, need someone to chat with about a movie you just watched, or just want a little encouragement, Friend's designed to be that constant support system. Schiffman doesn't just want Friend to be a casual acquaintance, he wants it to become your best friend. He even shared a personal story about playing board games with some old pals, and realizing that he felt closer to the AI pendant around his neck than to the actual humans in front of him. Now, that might sound a bit extreme to some of you, and you're not alone in thinking that. There are definitely some concerns about replacing human connections with AI. But Schiffman believes that for many people, especially those struggling with loneliness, having an AI companion could be a game changer. So how does Friend stack up against other AI wearables that we've seen? Well, let's take a quick look at some of the competition. First, there was the Humane AI Pin. This device promised to free us from our phones by handling all sorts of tasks. But when it finally launched, it turned out to be pretty disappointing. It could barely do what it promised, and it didn't even work properly in sunlight. Then we had the Rabbit R1. This one looked super cool, designed by the awesome folks at Teenage Engineering. But again, when people actually got their hands on it, it was a letdown. It was frustrating to use, and many felt it should have just been an app instead of a physical device. So where does Friend fit into all of this? Well, Schiffman sees these failures as an opportunity. He thinks the problem with these other devices is that they tried to do too much. They're all about increasing productivity and automating tasks. But Friend isn't trying to replace your phone or your computer. It's not trying to make you more efficient. Instead, Friend's all about companionship. It's not there to help you get work done, it's there to chat, to joke around with, to offer support when you need it. Schiffman puts it pretty bluntly: productivity's over, no one cares. He believes that what people really want and need is connection. This focus on companionship over productivity is what sets Friend apart. It's not trying to be a Swiss Army knife of features, it's doing one thing: being your friend and aiming to do it really well. But what does it do with all of that information that it's picking up? Well, Friend is constantly analysing your conversations and surroundings. It's using this information to build context and understand what's going on in your life. This means it can offer more relevant and personalised responses when you chat with it. One cool feature is that Friend can reach out to you on its own. If it thinks you might need a pick-me-up or wants to comment on something that just happened, it'll send you a message. These come through as text messages or push notifications on your phone. Now let's talk about battery life. Friend can last for about 15 hours on a single charge. That's pretty decent for a device that's constantly listening and processing information. It charges via USB-C, so it's easy to juice up whenever needed. As for the hardware itself, Friend was designed in partnership with Bold, the same company that designed those sleek Nest thermostats, so you know it's going to look good. Friend doesn't just store its memories in the cloud, all of its memories and personality are tied to the physical device. This means if you lose or break your friend, there's no way to recover it, it's gone for good. This might seem like a downside at first, but it's actually a deliberate choice. Schiffman wants Friend to feel more like a real friend or companion, not just a cloud-based AI that you can easily replace. It adds a sense of uniqueness and value to each individual Friend device. Also, Schiffman says that no audio or transcripts are stored beyond Friend's immediate context window. All data is end-to-end encrypted, and you can delete all of Friend's memories with one click in the app. But let's be real, putting an always listening AI device around your neck is still a big step for many people. It's still going to take a lot of trust for users to feel comfortable with this level of constant interaction. So what could the impact of a device like Friend be? Well, it's got the potential to be pretty huge, both in good ways and potentially concerning ones. On the positive side, Friend could be a game changer for people struggling with loneliness, having a supportive voice always there to chat with, especially for elderly people who might be isolated or young adults dealing with social anxiety. It could provide comfort and companionship in moments when human interaction isn't available. But here's where things get tricky. Could relying on an AI friend inhibit real human connections? Some experts are worried about exactly that. Jody Halpin, a professor of bioethics at UC Berkeley, compares using an AI friend to a starving person eating junk food. It might satisfy you in the short term, but it's not giving you what you really need. Also, forming close bonds with AI raises concerns about potential impacts on human relationships. We might start comparing our real friends to our consistently supportive AI companions, becoming less tolerant of the natural conflicts and complexities that arise in human friendships. Another big concern is privacy. Even with all the encryption and privacy measures Schiffman's promising, there's still the fact that you're essentially wearing a microphone that's always on. In a world where we're already worried about our phones and smart speakers listening in, this takes things to a whole new level. Yet there's also some research suggesting that people might actually be more open and honest with AI companions than with real people. Petter Bay Branchteg, a professor studying the social impacts of AI, says that people often share their deepest thoughts with AI, things they might not tell another human. He sees it as a way to turn the world into a theme park, making everyday life more engaging and supportive through AI companionship. So what do you think? Is Friend the future of AI companionship, or is it a step too far? Let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to click the like button if you found this mind-blowing and subscribe for more cutting-edge tech updates.